that they're changing my voice. Now, my throat is burning a little bit, so I'm probably going to sound weird, but I need to kind of say this at this time here. So, in regards to the Holocaust, first and foremost, I'd like to point out that I do believe a lot of Jews were killed in World War II. A whole lot of Jews. A whole lot of people were killed, and a whole lot of Jews were killed along with communists and political dissidents and mulattoes and disabled people and others who were killed in the concentration camps. Ravensbrück, Dachau, Auschwitz. So I'm not the expert on World War II. I'm not the expert on what the Jewish genealogy is. Okay, nobody is, as far as I know. If you think that many Jews weren't killed in concentration camps in World War II, and you think that you have evidence, I'd love to consider it. But I'm not somebody who just jumps on the bandwagon. I don't accuse people of things that I don't strongly believe that they're guilty of. The evidence is inconclusive at best in regards to whether or not the Holocaust was magically a hoax. Yay. In my research, I've come across lots of stuff that has to do with eugenics, white people, and whoever was wrong with them at the time, wherever, they've killed lots and lots of people in the name of eugenics. Lots of people. The person who coined the term, again, I don't know his exact genealogy, but he was a person of English descent. His name was Francis Galton. He was from England. Okay? And Germans and English people, they enjoy perhaps the pinnacle of white privilege. No offense to anybody. I personally happen to, I'm the type of guy who gets along with everybody, right, kind of thing. I've met English people who are very polite. I've met Germans who are very polite. Okay, one of my good friends growing up, his name was David. I want to say his last name, but I don't want to kind of put him out there, so I'm just going to call him David. He was my good friend in junior high school. Okay, didn't have a problem with him. We had a moment, we had some kind of disagreement here and there, but overall we got along just fine. Okay, I used to be in a group with one Jewish person. Okay, and I'm not going to say when and where, so on and so forth. It wasn't a gang of sorts. It wasn't something like that, but we did our thing to some degree. Okay, obviously I'm not gay, so on and so forth, but just trying to kind of put this out there. There's Jews in my family. I'm not racist. I'm not trying to protect them. I'm not, trying to harm them. I'm just saying how it is. Okay. So when I look at the Holocaust, I look at people like Irma Gries. Right? Notice her name was Irma, last name Gries. And there was someone who had he was a very kind of famous German officer named Rome. So you have this guy named Rome, and you have Irma Gries. You have that Greco-Roman. It also goes back to eugenics. Plato and his connections to eugenics, thinking that he thought that the state should do something that they shouldn't do, which is control reproduction. You had the 10 or 12 tables of Rome that talked about eugenics. This is something that's very much in white Western history. Again, I judge people according